Angie. Yeah, you just put out what you want, and to let yourself receive it, to have it, is what self-love is. Because in so many ways, the opposite of self-love, and was what the child in us did to try to get love, which is often going into self-pity. If I can get mama to pay attention to me through hurting myself or falling down or feeling sorry for me, what happened at school, what happened today, that somehow was what replaced so much of the genuine self-love, was the child's need for attention, which often they use self-pity to garner and to gain. And when we function in self-pity, thinking it's self-love, we end up struggling. We end up saying, why doesn't this work? Why is my life difficult? And of course, religion and all of our upbeat teachings have taught you that you're a sinner, that you're worthless, and that you don't deserve to be loved. And therefore it compounds the fact that I can feel sorry for myself. And then they teach you to struggle and suffer and sacrifice, martyrhood, which is a sophisticated form of self-pity. So self-pity is such a blockage to the magic and miracles in your life. If there's one thing that you could do to quickly shift and lift your energy and your vibration to allow for magic and miracles, would be to own and recognize when you go into self-pity, when you go into those places, and when you stop it and you choose to open your heart and let love in, to watch how the reality changes instantly, magically. It happens all the time. Because in so many ways, self-pity is the antithesis of your magic. It's the wet blanket that puts out the fire of your soul. It suffocates you. And when you can let go of that old conditioning, healing the inner child, which we're going to talk about tonight, you can begin to really expand the love of your being. And then to not only be aware of those 10 mysteries and magic that I just went over in the previous segment, but not only become aware and understand them, but to live them, to know them, to step into a place where you have moved beyond struggle, the struggle of the ego, the struggle of the limited self. So I know for some of you here that self-love is a powerful word, and it's can even bristle some people's feathers, such a common term. But because self-love and all love begins by caring, if it's more comfortable for you to begin, instead of saying I'm going to learn to love myself, I'm going to learn self-love, is how about I'm going to learn self-care? Self-care. I'm going to learn to care for myself. That might be safer and easier for some people who have been, so hurt out of the quest to love themselves, and they feel that maybe that's something that's, impossible for them to achieve. Then tonight, let it be a lesson about the magic and miracles of self-care, if that helps you, by changing that word a little bit. How can I begin to care for myself more deeply? How can I begin to awaken that level of personal empowerment?